Brittany, let's begin with you. Who do you play, and what's the story about?
I play Zoe Plummer, and she is the teenage girl in the family of the Plummer children. And kind of her character is a little bit more rebellious and on the wild side because she just lost her father, and she's kind of taking it out and trying to get attention in the wrong places and things. And when Shane Wolf comes into the picture, Vin Diesel's character, they really have a very crazy relationship, and then he kind of changes her and teaches her that she can have respect for herself, and he kind of changes the whole family. So it's a good change.
Thanks. Who do you play, and what has just happened to that family before we meet the kids?
Okay, guys, you're not mic'd.
Doesn't matter. I'm not on camera.
I play Seth Plummer, and Seth is the oldest son in the family. And before you really meet the kids, our dad dies, and Vin was hired to protect our dad. And so after he dies, Vin is hired to come to our house and protect us. And Seth, he starts off kind of dark in the beginning, because his dad just died and stuff. But as time progresses, he kind of lightens up more, and he kind of becomes more of himself.
Well, I play Lulu Plummer, and she knows her dad's dead, but she doesn't really like to talk about it or anything. Not as much as they do, because they're going through puberty. But she sort of tries to keep the house cheerful.
Speaking of puberty here, it's just, what sort of an environment does Vin walk into?
Actually, he walks into a very crazy environment because we're, kind of trying to deal with our dad's death in each in our own ways. I'm a little bit more wild and kind of, trying to be something I'm not. He's a little bit more dark and kept in, and she's just trying to keep it all, together. And so he kind of walks into this crazy environment where everybody's just out of control and, a whole bunch of chaos, and he has to protect this family, but he's never really had any experience with this before. So with his own, background and leading squad missions and things like that, he kind of learns how to take care of us, but then also learns how to, love us as a family.
Had you seen any Vin Diesel movies, Max?
Yeah, I've seen Fast and Furious. We saw Chronicles of Riddick. Seen Saving Private Ryan. I think those were the only.
So what did you think of, before you started shooting, having him doing a comedy like this one?
I was, I didn't really think about that as much as I did, thinking about meeting him, and kind of, I was kind of actually nervous to meet him, and I really didn't know what to expect because he's kind of like this big action star, and he's done, everything he's done is really, really serious and, just all action. And so I was kind of, not skeptical, but kind of just, wondering how it was going to turn out,
So what is it like to work with him?
He's
It's awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's the best, and he's just really, really funny, and surprising to find out what a goofball he is in real life, and just really, really, able to deal with kids, and he's funny, and he's really light, and it was really a pleasure working with him because he's a great actor, but he's also, is able to have a lot of fun, which is important.
Did you get to do your own driving stunts and things?
Yeah, I did. Most of it. The crazy stuff, of course, I wasn't able to do. But for the most part, I did a lot of my own driving. And there was one stunt where I drove and they were in the car. And that was kind of scary for them. Not very scary for me. I was all under control. And yeah, it was cool. I never got to do that before.
And there's a duck?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a duck.
The duck is a pretty unique pet. I don't know anyone who has a duck. But the duck, there were 4 or 7 ducks or something playing one duck, Gary. One was trained to fly, one was trained to waddle around, one was trained to bite the ears, one was just trained to sit there patiently. None of them were potty trained. They'd poop all over the set.